Okay, good morning, sir. So I will be showing you this very application, QuickBooks, for your company.
Okay.
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 So I have captured the type of company you're doing. So right here, I want to show you how to set up the application for your business.
Okay.
Now, in as much as an accounting software is concerned, setting up the application as per your requirement is very important.
Okay.
Now, you saw when I showed you how to create a company. Okay.
Yeah.
After creating a company, it could be that your business changed their location in terms of company address,
Yes.
and you want to effect that.
Yes.
I told you the way to do that. It could be your company name. You want to effect changes to your company name or any legal information relating to your company.
Yes.
I said that to do that, you have to come to the company tab and click on my company. When you open my company, you have to click on this little pen over here.
Okay.
Now you can see the information we have already entered. Here we are having Guinea Affiliate International Limited, Ikeja, Lagos. Your phone number is here, and maybe there are changes you want to enter for this business. You have
Okay.
to come to company, click on my company, and my company dashboard will pop up. Then you click on this little pen. That will enable you to make changes, and whatever changes you make will be effected. Ensure when you're changing company name, for example, make sure you change it here and also in the legal information, because this is just the contact information and this is for the legal information, which will take care of all your documents. Okay. For example, we could say the company is not in Ikeja. Maybe this company is in Victoria Island. We'll say Victoria Island, Lagos. Okay.
Okay.
Same way we'll go to we say okay, and always ensure you okay it. You can see Victoria Island have popped up. So same way we can come over to the contact information too, to effect this as Victoria Island in Lagos, and we'll say what? Okay. And automatically it's going to be the same with that of your legal information. Same way we can effect this for company name. We can change this limited to just LTD.
Okay.
I will say we also change it on the contact information required field to LTD. I will say okay. You say yes. This way, information for your company have been changed. Same way you put your TIN and other information and say okay. So you can see that with this, we have just effected these very informations as regard your organization. I believe this is well clear, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next thing you're going to do, you can see the name have been effected. It was Guinea Affiliate International Limited. The limited was spelled in full. Now it's LTD, to show you that we have just performed that change you told me to do for you for your company name.
Okay.
Now, once you have achieved this, the next step you're going to take now, since you're migrating your data to this application, is to do what is called setup. You have to set up this application. Now, setup is in different categories. Now, in the previous video, presentation, I explained to you that in QuickBooks that there are 5 centers, where we have the vendor center here, we have the customer center, the employee center, the company center, and the banking center. I said that for vendors refers to suppliers. That in every business there are suppliers. There are people you purchase items from.
Yes.
For example, in Nigeria, there are people you get materials from before you now resell. It could be a trading business.
Yes.
Those people are known as suppliers. And now, as far as suppliers are concerned, you might be purchasing from them on credit. Now, when you're making a credit transaction, we refer to those credits as bills. Let's say you purchase an item from a supplier on credit. You have to enter that information. You have to record that credit information. But to do that, under the supplier center, you come to enter bills. By entering bills, we are saying that you're recording that credit transaction.
Okay.
Pay bills. At this point, you're now paying that outstanding bills that you have already entered here. If I'm to open this enter bill session, you will see Yeah, vendor, you have to enter the name of that supplier. We have not created any supplier yet. You have not entered them. We are assuming it's an assumption. Before you now selecting the item, could be an item or an expense that was incurred which you did not pay. The day it will be due for payment, that's bill due. So when you have entered this bill, let's say this bill is due next week, and we get to next week, you have paid, and you now come to pay that outstanding bill. This for the vendor center. Now, there are other informations too to capture on the vendor center. For example, when there are transfers, issue of transfer, assuming we have entered our vendors, there are issue of transfers. I will show you that as we proceed. Now, the customer center takes care of estimates. A business calls you. We have what is known as B2B and B2C, business to business. When you're doing transaction with a business, with another business, it's known as business to business. When you're doing transaction with a person, a customer, is known as B2C, business to customer. Now, it could be a customer calls you and asks for an estimate or a quote. They want to see a quotation. Maybe your business is more like a consultancy, or a business, maybe you're into offering services. Like your business now, you're into affiliates. You train, you mentor. Could be a customer calls you, sir, I want to know the products that you teach, what you do, what you mentor. I want to know how much. You have to send a quotation, a bid, or it's for a job. Are you with me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have to prepare an estimate under the customer section, because customers are people who purchase from you. They are people you're offering your service or you're selling your goods to. Suppliers or vendors are those who you are getting things from.
Yes.
Customers you're giving to them. So you have to prepare an estimate for that customer who needs such a service. Invoice is used to bill your customer and receive the payment later. When your customer is not paying immediately, you record that using an invoice. They want to purchase something from you and they're not paying immediately. You want to bill them for that service or product you create an invoice. When they are paying immediately, they are receiving payment at the same time. To record such transaction, you will not use an invoice. Instead, use the sales receipts. You create sales receipts. Receive payments. After you have billed them through the invoice when they did not pay at that very day, and they pay on the subsequent day, you have to record the payment that you have received from that customer against this invoice that you issued out. To do that, you come to the receive payments. I believe that is clear, sir.
Yes.
Okay. If I'm too fast, tell me. Now, I was talking about setup. That you have to set up key information about your business. Now, the reason why I'm explaining these 5 centers is to give you an understanding as we proceed. Now, let's assume you've already set up your bank account details for this business, because all business must have a bank account and cash on hand. Cash on hand could be majorly for the petty expenses that might arise.
Yes.
But bank, you must keep your which funds in your bank. Now let's assume that the customer have paid and you have received this payment. You have to record this payment on your bank, and that's what concerns the banking center. You have to go and record this payment to that your bank account so that it will update it that this payment has been made. Now, this payment is to be recorded on bank if the cash was paid through bank. If the customer paid the cash against this invoice through bank, you have to record it through your bank. Are you with me?
Yes.
Good. Now, statements, all these are applicable. Refunds, when refunds, issue a credit memo to credit a customer for, maybe a customer returned a particular item that you sold. Customer say, don't want this product again. You come to the refund session to take care of that transaction. You see all this as proceed. The employees has to do with your employees, and we have to turn on payroll. All these features will be done during the setup. And I was telling you that in QuickBooks, setup are done in a tab called as a preference tab.
Okay.
I will show you the preference tab, how to get to the preference tab, and that's where you set up necessary information pertaining to your business. Now, quickly, I've talked about the vendor center, customer center, employee center, and the banking center. One of the centers you need to understand again is the company center. This takes care of the chart of accounts, and all what you'll be working with falls back on this chart of accounts, since it is the backbone of this QuickBooks application. It's a list of all your accounts, and it has to do with the 5 elements of business, which, if you're an accountant, for accountants, they know what I mean by the 5 elements of business. According to the IASB, there are 5 elements: assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. We'll continue, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.